What up, YouTube? I'm at my second day of the shift, still at work, chilling at the firehouse. Figured I'd get on here and make another little video about whatever. I think today I wanted to talk about how I quit nicotine and currently in the process of quitting drinking. I don't know what made me want to think about this, but it's kind of a dining room conversation we were having at the table like a day or two ago, and it made me think about it. I was like, what the hell? There's probably some other people with the same kind of issues going on that are, there's tons of people that want to quit nicotine that are addicted to it. Damn, I thought my radio was over here. It's not. And just fucking talk about my process and how I did it, and how if you were trying to quit, you could too. I think number one, and this might not be for everybody, but this is the only way it works for me, because I first got addicted to nicotine when I was playing football back in high school, which was like 2014 or some shit like that. I used to chew tobacco on the back of the football bus, and I started probably when I was like 16 or whatever. And it's crazy to think about it, but I legitimately had been doing tobacco for almost 10 years at this point. So I was like, ooh, I really gotta quit. And I would go to quit on and off for, like maybe a month or two at a time. I'd try to quit, and then shit wouldn't really work out or whatever. And finally I was like, man, I just gotta stick to it. So I just went cold turkey. And the way I did it was I just stopped trying to count the days. Because I find that one of the hardest problems is like, you quit, but then you like count the days that you have been quitted, like that you've quit for. And I realized once you do that, it kind of sucks, because you start keeping track of like, oh, I've been clean for this many days or for this many days. And then eventually you'll, whether it be a hit of somebody's vape, or you get drunk one night and you throw in a dip or whatever, and then you're like, oh, it's not so bad, it was only one time. But then you find yourself the next day, maybe you get another one, and then it just kind of spirals back into like doing it again. And I would do that on and off for a long time, until I finally was just like, screw it, and I just quit completely. And I have to say, for quitting, I feel really good. There's a couple of really big differences that I noticed. The first one being my anxiety went down like a ton. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it really, really did make a difference. I wasn't super anxious beforehand, but once I quit, my anxiety just went to a level that's a lot more manageable now. I don't really get these weird like anxious like attacks and stuff. I used to get this real, it almost felt like high blood pressure on the sides of my neck, where like my neck would get super tight. I would get a really tight throat, and I feel like I couldn't breathe. And I would get sweats and stuff a lot, and I was not having a good time. And then probably a week or two after quitting, I really only got maybe a few headaches. The cravings is the hardest part when you quit. I would say for sure the cravings were, in the first 2 weeks, it's very hard. But after you get past 2 weeks, man, it really wasn't that bad. I kind of quit thinking about it. There would be flare-ups and times where I would be out doing something, or for me specifically, it was playing video games. Since I gamed a lot and I was always using nicotine when I would game, that was one of the hardest points of it for me, is when I would get back on the game and whatever. And so a lot of people find like another vice or something else to do. Mine was, I just drank water. I started buying cases of water and just crushing bottles of water while I game. And that actually ended up being fantastic for me. It ended up working out. But yeah, I really think cold turkey's the only way. I tried doing Zens and whatever else, because I dipped for 2 or 3 years, and then after that I vaped for 2 or 3 years, which I still don't think my lungs are ever fully going to recover from vaping. I wish I never did it. And I did it right around the time COVID came out. I got COVID twice. So that on top of the vaping, I think I have like irreversible lung damage. So every time I go to the doctor, they check it out and they say my lungs are fine, but they don't feel fine. They don't feel normal. But I still run, and I'm still fit and in shape and stuff. I don't like the way I feel sometimes. And I think it is a part of it. It's just a big anxiety thing. But for those of you out there, if you're watching this, just use this video as a motivation. You can quit. I believe in you. I'm sure I'll make another video talking about maybe drinking. I'll dive more into that, but I just wanted to make something small, some little content for you guys to watch, and maybe somebody can hear this and relate to it. But until next time, like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. See you, YouTube.